If advertising is anything to go by, then we're a nation of tea drinkers, biscuit eaters, nighttime talkers, and we like to dance around electronic appliances. Deconstruct, demystify, unveil, unfold. There's more to the arts than meets the eye, if you see it through the looking glass. Hello and welcome to The Looking Glass. I'm Cyrus Viccaji, and this week we're looking at the world of advertising, featuring the good, the bad, and the ugly, who all have a part to play in the art of persuasion. And the roots of advertising seem to go much further back than you might imagine. Advertising began the moment people started making things to share or exchange with others.
It's part of our instinct. Whenever we have something to show, we make sure that people see it. It doesn't have to be beneficial to them. People putting up stuff in their shops, they would make the shoe and put it outside and not keep it in the back. That was one form of advertising. And as the equipment and the human psyche and all of that advanced, with that advancement, humans became quite immune to that kind of stuff, so then they needed something else.
And even in the present day, advertising exists in both its most primitive and most advanced forms.
Signage is there, everything is there, but the human factor is still very much a part of it. Even in buses, if you go to, there are people who are selling, that's advertising. Now we're going to this digital transformation, no paper. Television ads will be redundant soon. People are spending more time on internet, on interactive stuff, mobile phone, customized advertising, just for that particular viewer based on their taste and what products they're interested in and all of that.
And we all know that these days we're constantly being bombarded with thousands of messages. But what's less obvious to gauge is just how much advertising actually affects us, how much it really makes people go out and buy things.
A sale cheapens the entire art of persuasion. There's a whole gamut of persuasion behind every second on television and every word on paper. I think every ad has a purpose behind it. And if in its execution it doesn't seem obviously sensible, then it means they're working on a different layer of your psychology. Take the iPod. I mean, apart from being a gorgeous product, the advertising for it was equally inventive and invigorating, and certainly got you up and running. So of course, I mean, even though I am an ad man, I am a sucker for advertising because I'm human first. So branding works on me, and what is branded well works best on me as a result of me being a consumer.
And it's not every day that advertisers will hit upon a really great advertising campaign, but history has its examples of campaigns that have become legendary.
There's this pharmacist, Dr. John S. Pemberton. He was actually working on an elixir for bad tummy. And he had, you know, coca leaves and stuff like that. And in his backyard of his pharmacy, he had this, you know, little burner and all of that. And he was cooking something up the way they used to do. And when he came later to taste it, it tasted very good, you know. So he said, you know, I might as well, why not just, you know, start selling it? And funny thing, it was called Pemberton's Elixir. And there are some confusion about when he ultimately named it Coca-Cola. The first Coke ad that they relate to, first Coke ad ever, it said for 5 cents you get a glass or a mug of Pemberton's Elixir. It wasn't even Coke at that time. And he said that it tastes good and it's refreshing. And these two things, especially the refreshing part, is still, till this day, after 100-some years, it's still one of the big, what they call the USPs. I don't think it's a USP anymore, it's an ESP, the emotional selling point of Coke, which is refreshing.
It's time time to take a short break, but on the other side, we look at what our advertising industry tells us about who we are as a people. Stay tuned.
Me in my Magnum, yeah. I saw a billboard in Sialkot and I wanted that Magnum. But again, I wasn't sure if it was the Magnum I wanted or yeah.